It's been a few days since the Bison Polo Championship ended. It's an early morning of training, and it's about midday when you are off. The little room you occupy has a large window to see out onto the natural landscape of the Western Air Temple. What are you doing to wind down?
I am definitely going to take Moonshot. Fly.
You go out onto the paddock near where all of the rooms and beds are in your general communal spaces. You can see Pama off in the distance doing her own thing, practicing her forms, along with your other friends. You go up to Moonch, who regards you kindly, and you give him a pet and his soft fur that was recently brushed. It's been a strange couple days. You sense kind of the winds of change, as it were. Yeah, you get on the saddle. You start flying around. It's a beautiful day out, and it's relatively cloudy with no signs of rain. So you just kind of dive in between all of the puffy clouds, and you see in the distance, sitting up by a tree, your father. He gives you a wave, and he motions for you to come over.
Fly over to him.
He takes a huge bite out of an apple. How's training?
Same old, same old. What are you up to?
I was actually going to find my student for the day.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm taking over your training for the rest of the day. Meet me in 10.
Oh. Okay. But what are we doing?
Bring a towel.
Oh,
and he gives
okay.
no explanation. He just goes off and he chucks his apple core into the abyss.
I'll go back to my quarters, grab a towel, and go meet him.
On your walk, collectively, out of the Earth Sage's abandoned temple, it is a rather sad sight. There's just hard earth beneath you. In this valley, only mountains on your left and right, and after about an hour and 30 minutes of walking, you see in the distance this town, if you can even call it that. You don't see very much to it, but it is a location, and perhaps you can find something of use there. What do you do?
My dad took me here, right?
Here to Lushao? No. This is for the group.
I think we've either moved forward in time or you were dreaming. Out of character.
You had a flashback.
Okay.
I don't know this place. I'm not taking point. So
I am very basic looking. So I will probably take in trying to be a leader. So I will probably stand ahead and kind of lead us into the little town. Say hi to see if there are any merchants or anyone along the streets. Say hi, see what they've got.
Moonch kind of slowly and groggily walks beside the lot of you, favoring one side of himself that wasn't burned.
Just kind of like pat him on the side of the back, like funny.
I think I'm actually gonna stick close to Mooch, just trying to like hide as much as I can.
Oh yeah, these those old sage robes that we found that we changed into. I assume they have hoods.
They do.
Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. No.
I'm probably
You-
not far behind Zushi.
Excellent. You see this really pithy little sign that says Lushao Village, and there's missing letters in between all of it. You don't even really see a proper road. There's a bunch of buildings kind of organized around one main straight walking area, very clearly meant for people to simply pass through. The general temperature of the town is quite whisper-y. You see a bunch of locals just kind of hush-hush talking to each other, and especially with the inclusion of a bunch of travelers with a enormous white singed beast, you get the sense that all eyes are on you. What do you do?
I'm assuming there isn't like since you said cluster of buildings is probably just houses. There's not like a store area.
There's probably
market.
something that you would have once considered a store. Like, yes, there are houses, but there are also small, like, community-driven businesses in order to kind of keep things flowing and create things for the actual community to do.
Okay.
Not a ton of people out on the streets.
Would there maybe be? I mean, I don't have very much money, but I kind of want to look to see if possibly there's like some sort of like a medicine cream or something that we can put on Mooch.
Where would you like to look? Just in the town at large, or in like that one building that might be
I
a
want to
shop?
look in the building that might be a shop.
You can assess the situation if you like.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. I was using it as a perception check when that's not what it is. It's still getting
Okay.
out of the D&D mindset. You go up to the shop, and it is boarded up, and not very well. Like, there was windows that never had glass in them. They're just holes in the wall in the vague shape of a square.
I see.
You can see that whatever is in there is probably only dust and cobwebs, long abandoned. You see in the distance this one man huddled up on the side of a building with these spiky burnt red pauldrons he's using as like a pillow. Just trying to sleep on the side of a building. You see what could be described as like a tavern. Poorly constructed, but a tavern.
Ty his eyes on that tavern.
As we're just going through, I'm gonna just not walk right up to, just kind of like approach a little bit closer and just call out to the people who's whispering to each other. Sorry, is there possibly a place where we could resupply or?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do for this. A lot of them just kind of look to each other and go back to their whispering.
Dang, these voiceless NPCs.
Yeah.
Oh, Tempest wants to go and talk to the guy who's sleeping. The building.
You get up closer to him, and you can tell he has like this frayed cloth that's covering him, and he is in Fire Nation Firebender attire. The same people you saw that night.
Okay, never mind. He doesn't want to talk to them.
He's like,
Nope.
I've changed my mind.
Nope.
On second thought, fuck that.
I'll slip my way over to the ones that are whispering that we didn't get success with at first.
Okay. It's this old man who's like on a ladder, who's trying to fix one of the signs for a different shop that was once hanging around, kind of adjacent to the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
And this similarly aged woman who's kind of up on the ladder with him, keeping it anchored and whispering back and forth with him.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to do?
So I'll just kind of slip my way up, and once they notice me, whenever I get close enough, I'll just kind of look. We're new to town. I know we probably stick out like a sore thumb, but you both look like you know your way around here. We just want somewhere where we can resupply, and we'll move on from there. And I'd like to use my roguish charm, take one fatigue, and roll with creativity for plead.
Yeah,
Feel
let's
that
do
look?
that. Let's do that.
All right.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm.
Okay. That is an 8.
Hmm.
You sense you're working against a lot here. The old man said, "Now buzz off, Sonny." And the woman kind of like gets up the ladder to intercept the conversation and seems to like be blushing a little. He's just being funny. He looks like someone Yukina might be interested in. If she can give anyone a useless project, if anyone give them a useless project, it'd be them to get him out of my hairs. And you hear a whack on the side of the billboard as he's trying to hammer something. Sure.
Hey, I'm great at useless projects. Just point me in a direction.
While the old man is just busy like trying to suck on his thumb and get it to feel better, the other woman just looks at you and just points to the tavern.
Thank you. And he'll give a soft smile and turn and head towards the tavern.
You hear it. Some giggling behind you.
And I'll just kind of point to the tavern as I just keep walking over there.
A child comes up and tries to touch Moonch, but Moonch immediately like flinches a little.
Tempest is gonna be like, "Oh, it's okay, Munch. It's okay." And I'm gonna look at the kid and be like, "Hey, buddy. This is Munch. What's your name?"
He goes up to try and touch Moonch. Mako?
Go. It's a nice name, Mako. Munch is a really nice bison. Touch him slow. He's a little hurt right now.
Moonch just kind of looks at the kid and lies down on his stomach. You see a few of the children start to kind of take notice, and a few of them start to like come out from the cracks a little and be like, "Shit."
Yeah, yes. Can just softly, okay? Don't touch that burnt spot on his side.
One of the kids starts to, and Moonch winces, and the kid's like, "Oh, no, I'm sorry." And they start to just whisper at Moonch and like whisper nice things to him and pet him. And you can sense things are going to get a little bit rowdy in the near future, but Moonch doesn't quite seem to mind.
Is there like a fruit stand or something nearby?
Yeah, there's some like sad-looking papayas in a basket this old lady's selling.
Okay. Tempest is gonna go and just take one and bring it to the kid.
one of the kids starts to like, oh, thank you, starts to eat it, and then the other kid just smacks it out of his hands. No, dum dum, and starts to like break the papaya as best as she can with like a pocket knife, and they like disseminate it amongst the children. They start to feed Munch.
Nice.
The tavern
Tempest
itself-
also doesn't know you're supposed to pay for things, so
Oh
Yeah, so
he did
I'm
not pay for that.
Yeah, I'm-
He's not looking.
Okay.
Oh,
good.
well, there you go.
I'll still, like, while she's not looking, just, like, slip however much is needed over to her.
Wonderful. She looks appreciative and she goes, wait, and then notices what's happening and just goes, and just kind of lets it
Sorry.
ride.
Sorry, I'm getting used to wrangling these kids. Have a good one.
The tavern itself is depressing. There are the slats of wood themselves are not quite pressed together in places, so it isn't sealed from the outside. There's like stairs that lead to a second floor. There's this bar that has next to nothing in it. There's some sad-looking people covered in dirt, just sitting. Some with cards, others just hunched over like a glass of a nondescript clear liquid, and a sad-looking bartender.
What was that name that I got from the? Was it Tika?
It was Yukina.
Yukina. Okay. I'll just make my way up to the bartender.
Oh, he has this immaculate handlebar mustache.
Nice.
The rest of him is not doing great, but the mustache is kept. He is like cleaning out one of the glasses and he goes, "Oh, a traveler. Haven't had one of them in a while."
Give a soft smile. Hi. We're looking for Yukina. Just told there might be some work or some way we could resupply before we pass through town.
And then you hear this person next to you who's hooded turn to you before the barkeep can even respond. And she just asks, "Why?"
Why are we looking for you? Why are we looking for supplies? Why are we just passing through?
Me? No,
That's a
I'm
loaded
Yukina,
question.
not Yuki.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not Yuki. I'm not good at
Too
this.
late.
Yeah.
She takes off her hood. Like the rest of the people in the town, she looks rather worse for wear, but this one has a pretty optimistic attitude about her. Her hair is down aside from like this attempt of a knot on the back of her head, and she just goes, "Hi, I'm Yukina," and she goes to shake your hand.
give it a good shake.
You're looking for work?
Just really, I mean, we're new to the area. Anything that we can do to help us along, I guess.
Well, you've come to the right place, stranger. And you hear the bartender, and he walks to the other side of the bar. I happen to be the project leader of an up-and-coming... Yukina, will you stop talking about that blasted arts and crafts project of yours? It's not arts and crafts, it's a hotel! You look over and you see those, one of the old man from outside has come in and is noticing your interaction. You're like, really? Because it sure looks like one.
Oof.
Anyway, I'm the project leader for an up-and-coming fantastic hotel here in Lushao. We want to provide a place for people without a home to stay, create connections with other townspeople, stuff like that.
Well, that's amazing. I'm assuming you need help with project work?
We have our grand opening in 2 days, and I'd really appreciate some extra assistance. I don't know how I'm going to get everything done. I can't pay you very much money, but I can set you up with some food, supplies, stuff like that.
we would love to assist, so long as you're willing to help provide too. Whatever you have, we'll take it.
Yeah. Awesome. Then meet bright and early. It's going to be this wonderful place right outside of town. You can't miss it. I'll come find you at this location. Is that okay?
Works for me.
Not
Awesome.
like, yeah.
What kind of work are we gonna be doing? You said you have a lot to do, but you haven't said what needs doing.
Oh, you have a friend.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, yes. How rude.
There's a handful of us.
They're all with me, yeah.
There's a handful of us.
Well, honestly, you know what? Maybe I should just take you to see the place. It requires a little bit of TLC, but I think we can get it to where it needs to be soon.
Okay.
And she starts to lead the way, and she yes.
Follow?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
When she says out of town, she
Damn it.
literally meant perhaps not even a full block in one direction.
Great.
Cool.
It's behind this enormous boulder. It's further down, kind of like at the end of where town would be and the road would begin for passersby. And she goes, "Here it is. It is..." Calling it a house would be generous.
Oof.
It is a bundle of twigs, kind of tightly woven together and formed into a shack-like thing. There's a barrel of water, presumably for guests. It's not much yet, but it's gonna be something fantastic soon. I just know it.
It's got a charm to it.
And
What are your-
It's part of it starts to. You hear this.
What are your plans? What do you want it to look like?
In my head, it has this enormous foyer. I hear a lot of people in Boston say use that word, so it sounds fancy, so it must be good. A big foyer. 2 floors above it for different incoming guests, as well as people that might be traveling, and even places to use for some of the people here in town who have a hard time making ends meet. There's this one man who came in the other day, and he still hasn't really said anything. His name is Shu. He showed up and hasn't left, and I'd like to help him.
I'm gonna look over at Kane and be like, do you think we could
I have
use
ideas.
a mountain?
Well, we could try. I also have ideas on how to support it, make it look a little bit better. We'll need some of the sparky hands over here help. If we could get the guy in town to help us out, that'd be good too. Temper it, make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
You guys will help?
If it gets us food.
Oh, that's great. I've had so many contractors over in this part of Lushao just turn me down because they didn't think it was worth it.
Why not?
They're of the minds that people should make things for themselves. But I think we should help each other. I think there's more for that. And I think if we do something like that, we can really get this place moving again. It wasn't always like this. When she motions to the town, people used to come through here often. We had a really good general store. We traded stuff between Ba Sing Se and the Fire Nation. It was really nice.
Okay.
But I don't know, there was this huge... The weirdest thing happened a few days ago. There was this enormous plume of smoke, and we had a few of the residents who are still dealing with the ash that kind of traveled from it up north, and we can't figure out what caused it. I think there was a fire or something.
When you say up north, any town in particular, or?
No place anyone's been. It's where the air people, the monks, usually live. I think in that direction anyway.
Right.
You don't get a lot of news out here.
We'll talk and we'll see what we can whip up.
But I need help with construction, catering, we're gonna need some food, marketing, and security. I have a few ideas on those fronts, but now that I have actual help, maybe I can change some people's minds.
Yeah. We'll get started. We have some between us, we've got some skills that might be able to do something.
Well, fair warning, a lot of the materials are kind of hard to come by out here. You need to go back to the mountains and get the small outcropping of trees that continues to grow there, and there's an abandoned foundry that direction too. I've been doing all this myself, and I've been trying to get things from one end to the other with just my little cart. It hasn't been super easy.
I think we can get it covered. I think we can get it covered.
Well, thank you guys.
You mentioned that you need security and catering and many things that require people to be stationary. Any idea who in town might be able to offer those things?
Mm-hmm. The baker Pete over in town makes some just delicious bread, and his wife is an excellent cook. But they haven't been super willing to help. So I'll need some convincing. As far as security, there's this group of teenagers who haven't been great for town morale. But I think if I can put them to work, like in an actual job, they might kind of start to help themselves a little bit, give themselves some direction. But I'm not much of a fighter, and I feel like that's the only way they really respond, you know?
Good.
And as far as marketing goes, I've been doing all that myself. She whips out her bag, and there's a bunch of flyers with poorly drawn, barely legible save the dates for a grand opening in a nondescript hotel that doesn't have a painted image of it or anything, just says be there.
That was
It
about
looks like a
right.
serial killer made it.
Yeah. So, does this place have a name?
The hotel?
All right.
Oh, it needs a
Why don't you
name.
workshop it?
Yeah.
The Lushao Lodge.
That works.
That is a much better
Wow,
starting
that was
point.
easy.
That's much better than the hotel.
That's
I'm
definitely
really
it's a lot.
good at
It's a lot
this
better.
marketing thing.
Well, we'll go start moving materials, and
And I
getting
didn't
some
get your
stuff over
guys' name.
here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my name is Zushi.
Hi.
Kane. And over here we've got Cue Ball, Sparky Fingers, and the Frown.
Okay, but which one's which?
Thank you.
I like. I love how you knew exactly who you were. I like point out each one of them.
Is Tempest there?
Yes, Tempest is there. I wanted to ask you. I was in the Western Air Temple, right?
You were in the northern at the time of the issue.
Okay, so that's the one she pointed out.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then yes, I am there.
Resident Sparky Fingers.
I don't know what this means.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just some nicknames.
But then, if you guys have everything, trusting you with my livelihood here, this is gonna be kind of a mess if I can't deliver in any way.
I'm just gonna, as she says, it's gonna be a mess if I can't deliver. I'm just gonna kind of like look over at like the shack and then back at her. Yeah.
We'll go get some materials to give it some more foundation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And she goes to give you both well, not both. She goes to give all of you a hug. You don't know how, but she manages to corral all of you in such a way that she's able to hug you all at the same time. It is not comfortable.
Charlie
Mooch.
Morningstar, is that you?
Wait, no, I haven't seen the series. Don't say anything.
You need
I
to.
literally wrote this a month ago.
Sorry, it's just the vibes I was getting.
I
I
didn't
Yeah.
mean to, and now I hear it. I'm not against it. Someone bring out.
I'm not
the
either.
demon.
Oh man.
Anyway, you see Moonch, who has not followed you. He's just been kind of playing with the children, and he seems relatively balanced for once. Like some degrees of play, which you haven't seen from him since.
I'm gonna like look over at him and look back at her and be like, I'm so sorry I didn't introduce myself. My name is Tim, but my bison over there is injured. Do you know of any healers
I mean,
or any medicine anywhere?
I can ask around and see if anyone has more of that, any healing salve, but I don't know of any personally since the general store shut down. People have been pretty on their own devices, but I know a few people I can ask.
Yeah.
I will make that part of my trip in preparing. Thank you guys so much. This could be great. And she shuffles off. No, she does not shuffle off. She sprints away. Excited.
Okay, so
We should go start moving some rocks. So
right.
It is notably also on Earth. It's not sand.
Yeah.
nice.
Which is
So
much
we could-
easier to work with.
So we could build up the foundation
Yeah.
because they're currently, I'm assuming there isn't one.
There isn't
Nope.
a fucking foundation.
Nope.
There's a rock.
we could
right,
also-
there's a boulder right in the way of where people would see it if you were in town. It's.
Can
like
we
all
just use
snowy.
the boulder?
You could.
Like, we could just use the boulder to make some walls and attach them into the ground, make some foundation, like make a nice large foyer like she wants in some rooms, and we use the boulder and some surrounding rocks, and then we could probably do some fancy decoration with some wood, but we would have to physically go get that.
If I'm hearing you right, you want to earthbend something nice.
I think we should earthbend something nice, yeah, so that it
At the
is
very
not-
least- at the very least, a foundation.
a foundation, and I think probably at least the lower part of the walls.
Yeah. Something to build off of instead of just sticks on dirt.
Should I start heading out to go fire up that to work at the foundry she was talking about? Or
I
do
need a
you guys
quick-
not need it.
I need a real quick. What is a foundry? Rocks, metal. What is a
Rocks.
foundry? It's rocks. I
In
thought
this
that was a
context,
quarry.
It is rocks.
Okay.
Sorry, I meant to say
then-
quarry. I meant to say quarry.
Okay.
I was
then.
like, I'm like.
It was
what
like a
is it?
foundry. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I was searching for the word and could not find it. It's a
So-
quarry.
so-
Quarry. Okay. Totally different circumstances. Never mind. I take that back. I have
I'm
said
tr-
nothing.
I'm trying to remember what was with the baker and the cook.
Okay, so just a list of issues. There was the baker Pete and his wife Shay simply need some convincing. Yukina does not have any money to pay them with
Convincing to cook
to
for the
actually
hotel.
cater the event.
Cater the event.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Marketing, the problem is the marketing department is comprised entirely of Yukina. And security is a group of teenagers.
Teenagers who I'm assuming she hasn't convinced to help yet.
No, because she, and I quote, is not a good fighter.
All right. So someone needs to go corral the teenagers, convince them to be security. Someone needs to go talk to the bakers, and then we need to get this place built too. And
Ty,
someone
I
should
think you and
probably
I
help.
can. I think you and I
with
can
the
handle the
marketing.
kids. I think between the two of us, get them whipped into shape.
I guess. I haven't had
Why,
good
what
food
were
in
you
a
hoping?
while. I was hoping to go to the cook.
Okay.
And then someone needs to help Yukina with her marketing because it needs a little bit of help. I'm thinking
I can help with
Kane-
marketing.
Yeah, Kane, I'm thinking you and I build.
Yeah, that's something that needs to get done soon.
Yeah. So Tempest marketing, Ty, go talk to the cook and the baker, and Yuka, go wrangle up those teenagers.
All right.
So,
Let's guide us.
let's go. It's like hands in the middle.
Just
Are
put-
we-
Wait, we don't happen to have any money, do we?
Did any of you
Unless
happen
you
to have?
took some before we fled. I got nothing on me.
See, I'd feel bad stealing from these people. I'll wing it. It's fine.
I'd appreciate if we could avoid thievery so we don't get run out of town before we can get given food.
That is the plan.
Not about to turn on that shit.
All right. Well, okay. So like hands in the middle. Let's go.
We're
Hands in the middle. Okay. And then I'm like,
Do the
all right.
thing.
I'm like, okay. And break.
For those under construction, go ahead and rely on your skills and training, both of you.
Okay. Which is focus.
So, skills and where is it at? Is it on the cheat sheet?
Yes.
Yes. Focus.
On what page? Am I blind? Oh, I am blind. Yeah, it's fine. Focus.
Update the prescription.
I do need to update my prescription. Focus. If my focus is 0, how many do I roll?
You just don't add
You
modifier.
still roll the 2d6.
Two.
You just add what the thing says.
7.
11. We're building a gas
Let's
station.
go.
Alright, we'll get to that later. Who's on the baker? You go up, and it's this, like all the buildings, it's a little building, and you see in this large rectangular sort of window, this baker who's trying to make the most out of whatever like flour and little bits that he has, talking to his wife. And you just hear him. You hear this whoosh of a knife on wood. What do you want?
man, I'll just kind of saddle up and you see what's going on the edge of town.
Edge of town.
Yeah, it's like a hotel or something.
Oh, you must be referring to the young one's art project.
No, it's far from an art project. I mean, she hired some amazing earthbenders. It's really whipping itself into shape.
I hate you. I don't know what to do because you're not tricking them.
Okay.
I'm going to make you plead for
So-
this.
Yeah, I was getting there. I was kind of, it's truly incredible. I actually wandered my way over here. I just smelled something amazing, and I don't know. I was hoping maybe I could try to get a sample too, but I think they're looking pretty hungry over there. And I'll use my roguish charm again to roll with the creativity instead of harmony for that plead.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That was good.
This silver-tongued little shit.
Osmond has taken a new form.
That is a 10.
He pushes himself a little bit out of the window and looks over to Yukina, who is definitely like on the side of like buildings and trying to take down like the old advertising stuff and asking people about medicine. And he looks at her, he looks at the two, he hears the rumbling coming from that side of town, and he's just like, he gives you this half loaf of bread, freshly made, and wraps it up. Then give this to them and make sure they don't starve on my watch.
Excellent, will do. And he kind of like tries a small piece of it and wraps it back up. Oh, this is amazing. Have you considered helping open whenever they're done?
Look, my wife and I can rarely afford to do things for free, so we're not going to do a lot of things on the side if we don't think it's going to just benefit the community outright.
Completely understand. I don't see how this is any different than helping the community. With the work that they're putting over there, I'm sure it'll bring in all kinds of people and really just bring a nice boom to this town. Just think about it.
You know someone who could get me a special ingredient?
What kind of ingredient are we talking about?
Piece of cattle, been terrorizing this town for the better part of a month, and I would like to use it as a prime cut of meat.
Huh. I might know a few people.
He looks like distantly.
Is there anything else you can tell me about it? Where was it last seen?
Wretched
Can we
little
find
thing is smarter than it needs to be. You find a little bit closer to the valley. Its name is Hammy. You'll know him when you see him.
Hammy, got it. All right. We'll have that prime cut on the way to you here shortly.
But I could think of other things to call that blasted little swine.
How about tasty? And Ty will turn and start to walk away.
You hear a... As for security... Who's on security? Yukina has generally told you where the kids hang out.
Okay.
It is made immediately apparent that you forgot what you were getting yourself into.
Yep.
You see a bunch of shithead Earth Kingdom ne'er-do-wells who clearly cannot afford much, but they're like bouncing a wall off the side of a building, even though you hear the owner repeatedly yell at them to stop, and they just look him dead in the eyes and they just keep going.
Throwing the ball.
It's a collection
Do
of
I want to
about,
tie with me?
about 6 to 8. No, I can't do abouts. These are people. These aren't grains of rice. There's 8 of them. Just
8 of them?
yelling and causing a ruckus and generally causing damage to shop owners' territory.
Had a plan, and now that I've actually seen them, my plan's not going to work. Honestly, I think Yuga's gonna like look at this and like see them just like not give a fuck and be like, nope, I can't. This is not. I will have no power here, and I'm gonna go find Timon.
What's Tempest doing?
Tempest is gonna go find Yukina.
You see her just digging through stuff in her bag, and she just goes, "Oh, hi. Sorry. I'm doing a million things on my plate all of a sudden. This is really exciting. What can I do for you?"
Well, I was sent here to help you with marketing.
Okay. I really don't know what I'm doing. I've told a bunch, like everyone in town that is possible about this event, but they just don't really seem that excited. I need something that people are gonna want to come see more, like in addition to the hotel, something that generally has like appeal, and I don't know how to make that. I think the hotel is plenty appeal enough, but maybe not.
Well, I have an idea. So, before I met this group, I was also kind of a traveling circus performer. And
Wait, let me guess. You juggled.
no, I am an acrobat, and I do tricks with my bison.
Oh. What kind of bison do you have? Like a gator bison, or like a sand bison, or is that real? Just
Sky bison?
Those are around? I've heard stories about them, but I've never been able to see them.
Yeah, he's out here if you want to see him.
She turns a corner. And she sees all the kids who are starting to kind of like divest. Like their parents are like, okay, enough. Home. What's her name?
His name is Mooch.
I am sorry, sir.
It's okay.
Can I pet him?
Yeah, go ahead.
And she goes up, and Mooch is pretty well adjusted at this point, so he's just kind of in full petting zoo mode. She touches just his arrow. Oh, he's so sweet. And he just kind of leans into it, and you hear a few of happiness.
I like pat him on the head, and I'm like, there is kind of a problem.
What's the problem?
Mooch is kind of having trouble flying right now.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. It happens to everyone.
Low performance anxiety. But I think he'll get there. I just need a little bit of time, and I think healing go a long way.
I have an update on that. I talked to a friend earlier today, and I found this. And it's this little salve, this little cream. She said it was topical. She said it should be good as long as you put it on once a day, but it's gonna take a while to heal burns. It's not really what it's designed for, but it will work for it.
It's more than enough, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
So do you have an act when your bison can't fly?
sure I can think of something, but he'll get there.
Yeah, he will. She gives him another like scratch.
So,
well, then-
I'm thinking we maybe draw up some flyers.
I'm not a very good artist.
I guess I can do it.
Are you sure you don't need the time to think of like a program or something?
I have memorized by heart.
Professionals.
So does Mooch.
Okay, then. Yeah, if you make them, I can start distributing them because I know who to give them to.
Okay.
I think. Unless I forgot someone. I gotta check the list. I'll go check the list. I'll see you soon. The hotel, Lushao Hotel, the Lushao Lodge, is grand. Being earthbenders, it generally speaking is not difficult for you to draw up 4 walls and a door, but you're doing some more detailed work. Zushi, Kane, detailed work is not your thing. But you love the practice. You create this large foyer with some pretty high ceilings, a few seating arrangements, a place where a hotel desk would go, unless you want to build one out of earth. Because lumber would probably take longer.
Yeah. We might, because, I mean, if it's earth, we can always take it out later.
It's true. But it is all finely crafted. There's stairs that lead to a second floor, not yet a third, but one day. You weren't able to, at least today. A second floor with room and board for 10 residents of decently sized rooms. A place for you found a small stream that the residents of Lushao kind of use in addition to a well. So we're able to create kind of a pool on the side where things can potentially be grown. Windows. It is and you also removed the enormous boulder that blocked people's view from it. It is a glorious thing. Yuka, you find Tai just coming out of the bakery.
Walking down the street, probably like half unwrapped the thing of bread, just tearing off chunks.
So
Give a wave.
I take it your talk went pretty good?
Oh yeah. We just have to find a kettle that seems to be putting the baker in distress.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too hard. Bread?
Cool. Yeah. A little bit. Help. So-
Takes another bite.
I went just like to go see where she told me like the kids all hang out. I thought I would get, your standard angsty teen, bored, nothing to do, right? No, these kids don't give a fuck. They're straight up shitheads.
You didn't
Like
smack them around
someone
in
else,
order?
like someone else I know.
I see. So you need my help.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me go drop off what's left of this bread. And we'll see what we can do.
It's good.
So we'll make our way back to the lodge, and I'll distribute what is left of the bread to Kane and Zushi. There was more. Sorry.
It's fine.
That's all good.
Did you give some to Tempest or no?
That's all that's left.
Oh,
All right. I'll
we'll
be
split
back.
it a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm walking off to go find Tempest.
All right. Anyways, troublesome teens. Let's go. So kind of on our way
I
over.
think I'm back.
Yeah, on our way
I
over.
think I'm back. Oh, yeah.
I was kind of. So. You said they're kind of troublemakers, rabble rousers, not
Mhm.
really the angsty do nothing type. What were they doing?
They were hanging out. They were just like throwing this ball against like shop. The owner of the shop, like kept coming out, just like yelling at him. They were just laughing, not giving a single fuck.
Okay.
See, I can handle angsty teen. I can handle that.
So, according to Yukina, they only really listen to someone with a fighter, tough personality. So here's what I'm thinking. You may remember this one. We did it a few times when we were younger. Let's see. How about you wait here for a minute? I'll
Okay.
sneak ahead and just kind of in their peripheral, keep my distance, but I'll start vandalizing something. Nothing serious, but then you come over and you beat
This
the
is
snot
sounding
out of me.
familiar. Okay, all right.
Then you got the
Not
respect. Don't please
actually,
don't actually.
right?
Yes,
Like, I'm not-
Yes.
no,
we're not in
I'm
life
not-
and death like the Fire Navy ship.
Yeah.
I don't need bones broken or bruises this time, please.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
I should make a counter. Days without an incident. Time on. Okay, so if I'm correct in this oh my god, I've seen this episode. If I'm correct in this assumption, you want to vandalize something, you want Yuka to beat the shit out of you, jokingly, and you
Yes.
want it to be like, oh, Yuka's the tough shit. So the
Yeah,
kids will
Yuka's
listen
not
to
playing around. Like,
it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, see, I thought you were gonna go the opposite, make you look like the tough.
No.
I'll take it, but
Proceed.
So yeah, so I'll make my way over to one of the buildings kind of nearby, not too close, but still enough where I'm kind of in their view a little bit. And I'll do my best to look kind of shady as I make my way up and like scoop a rock off the ground, and then I'll just kind of start like carving into the side of the building.
Okay. The kids don't really notice you. You see one just kind of like flash a glance over, like, okay. And you hear the
Good
ball.
enough.
I'll give it a couple seconds, and then I'll kind of come up and just like angrily as like, seriously, again? How many times do I have to tell you? No, you know what? No, this is the last time. And I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna grab Ty and I'm gonna throw him to the ground.
Oh,
You see
I'm
the
gonna
kids
I'm
just-
gonna work with it.
Or I'm gonna put my hands on like his shoulders and like push him down, hoping he helps me sell it so I don't have to.
Oh, I am
fucking-
absolutely gonna help sell it.
Cool.
Before you get selling, I'm gonna need you. I'll say both. Real trick.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know what my modifier is for this. I think it's one.
Creativity.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. A 10 for time.
11.
Proceed to sell it.
So I'll go with it and kind of like Yuka threw me with force onto the ground, kind of land on my back. Just like, oh, no, please.
I'm gonna like fake kick him a couple of times.
Sell the hits.
Actually, we're gonna do this appropriately for once. I'm finally going to use the rules.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
The rules.
There is
rules.
a list when you get a 10 up of things you can pick to happen.
Yeah.
Pick 2.
Hold on, I gotta find the page for it.
And we'll say not both of you can pick 2 because it's the same
Sure.
effort.
Yeah.
So decide on 2.
For combat, right?
No, trick creativity.
Oh, trick creativity. Pick 2. Symbol, take 1.
I'd say the
ESM.
stumble and overcommit.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that. I get plus
Okay.
1 die rolls
'Cause
when
we don't-
acting against.
We don't want
They-
them to
yeah.
act foolishly, so.
Yeah, no.
Well, the act foolishly bit is just, it gives you another in if you want it. It gives you an extra thing to leverage, is what's trying to reference. But we can do that as well.
see.
Tells you what additional opportunity they give you. Okay, well, in that case, then I would probably do act foolishly and overcommit.
Okay. Counter argument, instead of the overcommit, the stumble gives you a +1 to any die rolls.
That's
when
true.
acting against them.
Yeah, no, give me that plus 1.
Alright.
Safeguard.
Trick is generally used to trick people in the moment, but this was so good and I enjoyed it. It'll be fine.
Okay.
They are floored. You see all of them heads just peek around the corner, and like you hear the balls no longer in motion as you guys throttling Timon.
And then, like, just after, like, a couple, like, I'm just gonna, like, grab just, like, the back of his shirt, and I'm just gonna say, I catch you here again, I'm not gonna stop next time.
And I'll
And
scramble
then
off. Yeah.
Throw and let him go.
You hear someone approach from behind you as, like, the other teens just look. And you turn around, and it's this girl who's got damage. And she just goes, "So what's your deal?"
What's my deal?
Where'd you, like, come from?
I'm just traveling with a group of, well, not traveling, but I've been here for a little. It's a long story.
Well, listen, my friends and I are playing some wall ball. Do you want in?
Maybe some other time.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
actually-
it's cool.
No, I'm looking for Yukina because I get someone. She's building some sort of like hotel or whatever, and so I'm working security for her for the event. You know, people get unruly, get to kick them around a little bit.
You're a cop?
I wouldn't say that.
So what's this about this security gig? Are they hiring others?
I mean, yeah. As far as I know, she's taking all the help she can get. I mean, if any of y'all were interested, I bet you she'd be willing.
I don't know. It just seems like a lot of like goody two shoes type stuff. We're a little above that here.
Well, I mean, like, think about it. There's gonna be a crowd, people get rowdy, if people, you know, start a fight, you get to break it up and maybe you rough them up a little bit yourself.
You hear a few of the teens just go, yeah, peas and carrots, peas and carrots, she just
Not
goes,
peas and carrots.
He goes, okay, cool guy. Okay.
Cool. Guess I'll
Take
see you
a
there.
fucking loser! Tell her we changed our mind. You see one of the dudes like run off.
Guess I'll see you there. And I, like, before they can even say, I'm just gonna, like, turn around and just, like, walk off. Just like, the cool guy, no name, no info, I'm being mysterious.
So cool.
I'm mysterious.
So cool.
That's what I'm going for. Anyway.
You since you got your point across. Tempest, you are found with bread.
Yeah, I walk up to Tempest and I just take my portion and just break it in half. Here.
Thank you. Just like take a bite, and he's just gonna like look down, and you see a bunch of papers around him with like a crudely drawn firefly, and it on top of it says the Firefly of Lao Shai. Come see at Hotel Lao Shai, or whatever she called it.
The lodge.
This.
What's the Firefly?
It's just kind of my persona when I perform. Oh, I guess I never told you guys. In the summers when I wasn't training at the Northern Air Temple, I used to be part of a traveling circuit. Dad. And I was an acrobat. Doing.
Huh. Okay. So, is it just you, or is like who else do you need for that, or is it just a solo act?
Just Moonch.
All right.
Now, if I can only get him to fly.
Yeah. I'm not adept with healing, but I mean, I could ask around.
Well,
is there anything
she got me some ointment and I put him on. Seems to be helping. We'll see.
Alright.
But
Well,
thank you for the bread, though. I'm sure Moon
Yeah.
love it.
yeah, I figured I'd share. I wish you guys luck with the circus stuff.
Thank
And,
you. I can't wait for you guys.
I'd like to guide and comfort.
Yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
with adamant, I can guide and comfort somebody in an awkward, understated, or idiosyncratic fashion.
Oh, you're gonna get so much use out of that.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, that's not the best, but it's not the worst. 5.
Okay, that is bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
So
it's not good.
It's not bad. Like, okay, it is.
The more it's not bad was I was looking at the stat I used to do it.
So this is an interesting case because this is a point where Tempest can now shift your balance one direction or the other.
Oh
He
no,
can shut
I
you
don't remember
down
any of
and
that.
inflict a condition on you, and you shift your balance in response. I think this isn't quite so extreme. I think we move on.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think I'm enough? Well, fuck you, Dad.
Whatever.
We're just gonna move on from this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna and then just go back to construction.
GM question. I missed doing it for this last one, but just for future, we'll call them incidents. Would you have considered what we did a con?
I would have, yes, easy, 100%.
Okay. I'll remember that for next time. Thanks.
Even I don't know what he means. Excellent.
I can use it as one of my bad habit indulgences, which affects my my
yeah,
balance.
It's about habit indulgent. Actually, you just conned technically 2 people.
Yeah.
Making use.
I don't think it actually affects anything unless I like say I want to use it.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I am less worried.
Oh, wait, maybe not. I don't know. Let's work it out later.
Okay. The builders are building. The Tempest is tempesting. Yuka, Timon?
Probably just get
We-
back.
Yeah.
And I'll noodles the thing with the cattle once everyone is localized.
You eventually meet up. The work that has been put into the actual lodge itself is very good. Mwah. It is rather fine earth-bending craft. Congratulations, you two. Yukina
Yay.
hasn't been around to see it just yet. She's been off doing whatever it is Yukina does during the days when she's firing on all cylinders. What do you do?
Well, I mean, now we have a place to stay, so
That is true.
Yeah, right?
what time of day is it?
It's middle afternoon, approaching like dinner time to evening.
I honestly think we're gonna need a little bit of a rest, like a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Just take a nap.
We just did a full day of earthbending.
Yeah, no, sore as hell.
So
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah,
Once
pretty
Tempest is like done with everything, he wants to try and get Moon flying.
Okay, how would you like to try that?
He's just gonna like take him out somewhere like outside of town, just like on the outskirts of it. I mean, Moonch knows what I'm doing. He's just gonna be like, "All right, Moon. I know you're scared. We're not in any danger here. I trust you. Nothing's gonna happen to us again. Do you trust me?"
So this is a guide and comfort
I'm
room.
gonna try and. Yeah. It's a 7.
Okay, so... Okay, you get to choose, but I think you want to choose option 1 for guide and comfort.
Yeah.
They embrace your guidance and comfort. They may clear a condition or 2 fatigue, and you may ask 1 question and they must answer honestly. Of course, we're talking about Sky Bison here, so we'll see what happens.
He's just gonna ask, and can you still fly for me?
He gets up onto all 6 of his legs. He brushes off the dust. And he flies. Soars above you, but then immediately comes back down because he got a little bit of vertigo. But then he went back up. He's figuring back out. He still hasn't shaken off all of the fear that was in him before. You think it's a bit more deep-seated than that. But at least for now, he can fly.
Yes. Okay, well, he's just gonna fly him around for a little bit just to kind of like ease his discomfort and kind of get him to the air again.
And you see a few of the townspeople go, fly, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have an idea.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna do. Do it?
I want to go find some fabric, like a big long one,
Mm-hmm.
and write the Firefly of Lao Shai on it.
Yes!
And then I'm gonna fly him around.
The reaction is immediate, and everyone, like, you hear cheering from the crowd below. even people are coming out of like their homes and their shops to come like see the crazy flying man and the cloth. And you see the man in Fire Nation attire wake up and simply stare. You're too high up to make out his face.
Forgot about that guy.
Yeah, just gonna take it back down.
You coming back down reignites the enjoyment of the townspeople and all of the children who are all over Mooch and think you are the greatest thing ever. Everyone wants your autograph. Everyone's asking who you are and where you came from. And you hear a lady in the back. Did you hear about the fires up north?
No.
Like, you're an airbender, right? You heard about that stuff?
No.
Huh.
Just a traveling informer.
And then another, oh, I thought you were an airbender. And then, you hear a pretty famous old man at this point whack her with a little stick. And he goes, "No, he ain't no airbender. Don't you know that yaks don't have arrows on their heads? That's not a flying bison, that's a yak beaver. It's not a yak beaver. Your cousin has a yak beaver, and every year you say the same thing." And they start getting back into it. Fighting.
Oh my
What
god.
yak beaver you know can fly?
He's just gonna slowly step back as they're arguing.
A fucking yak beaver.
At a certain point, Yukina definitely sees this and is absolutely thrilled and loves the progress that you've made. And she, once the kind of hustle and bustle dies down, she just like takes you aside and she's like walking with you back to the lodge, and she just, wow, I can't. This is awesome. Thank you guys so much for helping. I never imagined we'd have like talented people actually come through Lao Shai.
We're happy to help.
And you will be, for people like that. And she points over to the man in Fire Nation attire. Some people like him just show up and they don't know where to go, and they can't afford to go anywhere else. I just learned his name yesterday. Not really talkative. I'm hoping we can really do something for people here, you know? But yeah. She takes you back to the lodge, assuming you didn't want to say anything else to her.
No.
Okay. And you guys all meet up, and she screams when she sees the lodge. And she goes around and she points out all the perfections, and she just like touches it and like pets the fine like stonework. And she just like full to the brim of ideas, like, put tables and chairs there. This is where the bar is going to be, because you obviously need to have a bar in a hotel like this. And this is gonna be the concierge desk, and we go up the stairs. There's a second floor. And she keeps kind of ranting about all the things she loves, which is everything down to the grain of sand that she found in one of the rooms.
That probably fell off of Kane's body.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And she's, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we still need to get
course.
doors up and stuff, but we're trying our best.
Yeah. It's getting there, though.
Oh man, I just had a hut with twigs and a lot of heart. But now it's a lot bigger than that. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, and I brought you guys food. she brings like bread rolls and some like little bowls of like soup, like a meat stew kind of situation. She's still not rich by any stretch. She was building twigs in the backyard and calling it a hotel. But she did share what she had with you.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it.
And she like wipes a tear from her eye. Where did you guys come from? Because you came from like the mountain range. What?
Yeah, I kind of scattered.
Huh?
Met up on the coast.
Kind of from all over.
So you must have come from. Well, no. If you came from Jiaji, then you wouldn't need to go with the town. You know what? Keep your secrets. I'm just happy that you're here. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Before you go, any idea who we would talk to about getting doors made? Or is that something we'll have to do on our own?
I don't know any woodworkers that could get 10 doors done in one day.
No.
That are-
Well,
If they're
Cool.
made of earth, that's
Thanks.
totally fine. There's so many things in the Earth Kingdom that are made of rocks.
you mentioned a quarry.
Mm-hmm. We're a bunch of others. I didn't know you were earthbenders. It seems a little silly to mention a quarry. Went to a bunch of earthbenders.
Well, the reason I ask is because maybe it's got what was mined at the quarry.
Rocks. We don't have a lot of. It was stones for building material. Back when this
Okay,
town
so just-
actually had traffic.
I just was making sure it wasn't anything we couldn't just grab from here.
Not that I know
Good.
of, but you're welcome to check.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Then.
Well, you guys have a good night.
You too. We're staying here. I figured that's fine.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay.
It's entirely fine. I was writing some pallets of hay, and this is far more accommodating.
Yeah. Okay.
But sweet dreams. And she gives you a little bow, and she skips away out of her hotel.
All right, we'll still get a prime cut of meat for the baker.
I'm sorry.
Oh, noodles.
That's how
So
it is.
there's an aggressive cattle somewhere.
Alright.
About right.
All right.
And actually, probably about this time, Kane has had his hood down and his hair down, just really long salt and pepper hair that he just kind of pulls back into a bun. He's like, alright. Time to clock in. Let's do this.
It is
Where is
approaching nighttime. You want to do the cattle thing now?
I thought they needed the ingredient to be convinced to come to the opening.
They do.
Yeah. Yep.
Then yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then yep.
We're
And the
becoming
opening isn't
nocturnal.
tomorrow, right? We still have another day.
You still have one full day, and then opening
Okay.
night.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Then
Okay,
we don't
then-
have to do it tonight.
then fuck it. Let's rest.
Tomorrow problem.
Let's rest.
Yeah, I'll rest. I'll go to the quarry tomorrow and help with them.
Yeah.
So it's nighttime. You're setting up camp in a hotel,
An unfinished hotel.
an unfinished hotel. Would you guys like to do anything tonight?
Just ask everyone how their day was.
You know, it was one of the better days I've had in the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
That's good.
fine.
Today was great. I got Moonch to fly again.
Oh, heck yeah.
Have
Nice.
any of you guys seen his circus act? I haven't seen a circus.
You have a
so I don't know.
circus act?
Circus act?
Yeah. I was a traveling circus performer. Acrobat.
Oh. That's cool.
Oh, what? Can you do like
That's
cool flips
absurd.
and stuff?
I can do a lot more than a flip.
Damn. I kind of
Guess
just
you
broke
guys
a
will
few
see
bones
tomorrow.
trying to learn, but now I don't feel cool anymore.
It's easier when you can control air.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You hear a knock. Hotel door.
I'm gonna walk over and see who it is.
You see, like a hooded figure. There's not much to see aside from that.
He's dork.
May I help you?
I'm looking for the owner of the bison.
May I ask who's asking, just to be sure?
Please, it's really important.
I'm
You can
just
tell
gonna
the
kinda-
man. You can tell the man is unwell. His voice shakes. He trembles.
I'm just gonna like crane my head in. Taking appointments?
Kind of poke his head out the door.
Can't really tell who it is either.
And this isn't the Fire Nation dude.
You can't tell what any kind of dude it is. He's wrapped in like green robes. They look very worse for wear, highly frayed and dusty.
Can I help you?
Do you go out? Do you like try and like stay behind the door? Do you open the door? What do you do?
I'm staying behind the door. With my head
You
peeked out.
you see him fall to the ground. His hands outstretched before him.
Are you okay? Do you need help?
He I submit myself to your judgment. I am so sorry.
He's gonna like walk out from behind the door. You said he's wearing a hood, right?
He's wearing a hood. From this angle, you can. He like tries to straighten himself up a little bit. You see the Fire Nation armor underneath.
I'm gonna take his hood off.
What was once potentially well-kept hair is now just a mess and tangled beneath the hood. He, you see tears streaming down his face. Bloodshot eyes.
Do I recognize him at all?
Unlikely, no. He was the kind of person, most likely, that just wore one of the hundreds of guardsman outfits.
Is there a way to do like an insight check?
An insight check. No.
Maybe like
You can
assess the
No.
situation.
You can
kind of
assess
thing.
the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, I'll do that.
There is no bullshit check.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna assess the situation. And that is not good. That's a 3.
Well,
Okay. You're kind of taken aback by everything that's happening in front of you. And you just hear him. I was there. I was there. And I thought I was told it was something that I was supposed to do. And it wasn't right. And we hurt so many people. And I don't know what to do.
He's gonna, like, sit down, crisscross, right in front of him. What brought you here?
I was on a ship after the siege of the Northern Air Temple. I ran away. Anywhere. I couldn't do it. And I couldn't live with myself after. I hurt someone and I wasn't.
He'll, like, put his hand together. This is your fault. It's a lot bigger than you or me. Do you know if there are any survivors?
There was a girl. The odds of actual prisoners was small. None of the other firebenders showed much restraint. But there was this one girl who was strong. And there was a list. And we knew her by the list's description. I don't know where anyone might have been taken.
Said you knew her from a list.
Yes.
Do you know her
13.
name?
Started with a P.
Where did she go?
I don't know. I don't know about transport. There might still be. It's only been a few days. They might still be at the Northern Air Temple. But I can't say for certain.
That's more than.
He breaks down, and the tears flow freely. Mark your balance track closer to forgiveness.
Tempest is also going to break down. Cry as well.
We are going to take a break. Be right back.